over the last 5 years, we have spent something over $1.5 billion of the company's internally generated cash to improve our motive power, to improve our cars, to improve the operation of the yards, to lay new rail, to simplify our rail system, to put in signals, and to provide the necessary computer support to operate and coordinate that whole operation.
L. Stanley Crane, chairman of the board.
Well, March business, why we give the best service.
How do you go from loser to leader in a few years? You make the customer the first priority. You build the railroad around his needs. You either fit into his process or find a way for him to make money by fitting into yours.
It was only a slowing in the rate of increase then.
It's higher than it was.
That's right. That's exactly. But much more importantly than that, it enables you to respond to the customer when he has a problem with the facts. And I can't think of anything else that's more responsive to the customer's needs than that.
Chrysler's Valley Park Assembly Plant. Conrail's just-in-time train arrives at the plant after a short run with a Burlington Northern crew. A day after leaving Detroit, it brings parts for over 1,000 new cars every day. Later, another Conrail crew takes on an outbound train load of brand new Chryslers and Dodges headed north and east.
Harry Wood, isn't it? Jack Road? Jack Road. Harry Wood. Good train. Thank you.
Chrysler has been very agreeable at changing the start times of a lot of the production facilities that they've got in order to feed into various transportation alternatives. So they're willing to take a fresh look at how we package these products together.
Okay, then what we have to do then is dope out what kind of a service we need, what labor flexibility we need that we don't presently have, and get Bob Swert to talk to the unions about it.
I just left the operating committee, Joe, and...
Bob Swert, Vice President, Labor Relations.
You know, our future just simply dictates that we have to talk to each other. We've got to communicate, and this comes from our own common interest, to see that we have a company that's going to survive for the long term. We've got to work together in order to provide good service in order to attract traffic on this railroad. It's the only way we're going to get it. We're going to have to prove that we're number one and that we can handle their freight efficiently, effectively, and on time.
It takes pride and team spirit to keep it running. James Taylor, track foreman.
Well, what we do is like a home. It's an upkeep. As long as you have good maintenance on the railroad, you're going to have good business. Togetherness is the main thing that the whole background of the railroad. It's just like a football team. As far as I'm concerned, our railroad, I look at it number one. Getting better every day.
700 or 800 a day.
It takes expertise and initiative up and down the line. At Conrail's Buffalo division, a freight train's journey is made safer, swifter, surer by a state-of-the-art computerized dispatching system that tracks and controls trains with airport-like precision.
The dispatcher's office in Buffalo is the most modern dispatcher's office in the country right now.
Jim Fallon, division superintendent.
Our own people designed the software programs for our new dispatching system. And today the dispatcher can watch the train on CRT tubes move from one location to the next, and he has a clear indication of what tracks are occupied, what tracks he has protected, and how the train is signaled from one point to the next. We feel like we've got ourselves down to where we're very lean and very efficient. And it's modern operations such as our dispatcher's office just continue to prove that point.
This is the face of innovation. Conrail's people and power, moving the nation's industrial output with new marketing strategies and the operational support to make them work. Double-deckers with twice the containers of regular trains. Conrail joining forces with two other railroads to inaugurate coast-to-coast double-stack service for American President lines. Trailer on flat car, where Conrail has become the largest trail van carrier in the country with reduced transit time and more dedicated piggyback trains than any other railroad. SteelNet, giving iron and steel shippers the advantage of low rates for the long haul, with the option for warehouse storage so customers can distribute their product locally by truck. FlexiFlow, in-car shipping and storage of liquid and dry bulk products for as-needed truck deliveries to local customers.
We look to Conrail as one of the best rail carriers in the country.
Well, you have the 4 o'clock delivery to
A
Patterson.
major customer at Conrail's Jersey City FlexiFlow terminal is Allied Chemical. Norman Lalonde, Allied Chemical's Director of Distribution.
Most of our freight originates from our plants, the largest being in Solvay, New York, but we have 30 plants located on Conrail throughout the system. The way that Conrail functions with Allied is to allow us to have efficient, low-cost transportation rates that help us to stay in the marketplace. Since the enactment of the Staggers Act, we've been able to eliminate a lot of the bureaucratic approach to transportation and get right down to the nuts and bolts of being able to do things more efficiently. The bottom line is that our survival depends on Conrail and their survival depends on us.
A few miles away, the Doremus Avenue Auto Terminal in Newark. The end of the line for cars from Valley Park and other Chrysler assembly plants across the country, joining American Motors, Ford, GM, and imported automobiles in the most densely populated auto market in the world. John Mizzi, Terminal Manager.
I think when we talk about the end of the line, we're talking about the end of the assembly line. And we're just an extension of the assembly line to the customer. There are days when we unload 90 rail cars. There are days that we've unloaded 100, 1,400 automobiles in a day. Conrail has ended up with the best people that they could have, and I think the performance is showing it. I still have a lot of pride in the railroad. I mean, nobody can talk this railroad down in front of me.
If you put this together and you can tell us where the origins are and what the requirements for service are, then I'm certain we can put together a transportation package for you. And if we do that, that should solve your problem.
This is something, if it works, is going to be good for Chrysler, it's going to be good for us, it's going to be good for our employees.
To make a railroad this good takes the willingness and the ability to rebuild it every day. Rebuild it with new ideas, with trust among its people, and with an ongoing commitment to its customers. That's what it takes.
And we're there today. We're there because, by golly, we have worked like hell to get ourselves there. We've got to go out and earn our freight every day, and we're doing that. We're doing a good job of it.
And it's all basically been done or accomplished through the cooperation of all of our employees for the union and management working together.
As a young man myself, I'm looking at it as my future, and my career is here with this company, and I'm sure a lot of these other people look at it that way too, that this is their livelihood, and they've done so much with it now, then there's only one way to go, and that's up.